Last night I was talking to my pastor. Well, it started with my wife sending a photograph to his wife about a big bottle that I had told him a story about a few days prior. And I've told this story before about this big bottle. And I think it was it could have been in the 1930s or the 1940s, I'm not sure, but it was sometime during that time that there was a big hurricane in the Everglades area, the 10,000 islands. And there was a man who had the kind of like a moonshine distillery out in the 10,000 islands. And if you want to look at those on a map, there's literally thousands and thousands of islands off of Florida near the Everglades area. And now they're part of a national park, a lot of them. But back then, you could just build an old wooden house and live there. My grandmother lived like that. My mom and dad at one time lived like that. Had a house on the islands. But anyway, this man had a distillery. He made moonshine, and he was an old man, they said. And he had this big, huge bottle, apparently that he used in this distillery. Anyway, the hurricane came along, flooded the glades, the 10,000 islands, and that bottle floated off. And he lived a few more years, but the bottle was never recovered. It had just floated off somewhere in the 10,000 islands. There's a lot of, canals. There's a lot of inlets and a lot of water, a lot of places for it to go and end up. And it could have filled up with water and sunk. It could have broken, but it didn't. It landed on another island somewhere. I don't know how far away from his, but they say that it was quite a ways. Anyway, my grandfather found the bottle. And he found it many, 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 many years later. But it was very recognizable. And so he kept it for years, and then he gave it to my father. And then when my father, or my mother and father, moved the family, I wasn't born yet, but moved the family up to Central Florida from the Everglades, Florida area, the bottle made the trip. And it got put in the attic of our house. And ever since I could remember, when I was young, I would climb up into the attic and there would be this big bottle in the rafters of the house. Lo and behold, my dad gave it to me. And then we ended up moving to North Carolina, and the bottle made another trip. So I have the bottle. And I was just saying that I'm kind of getting rid of things, and I was thinking about getting rid of the bottle, selling it. And I told him the story that I just told you, but maybe not as in depth. But I sent him a picture. Like I say, my wife sent his wife a picture to show him of me holding the bottle. So anyway, that's the bottle story. I still have the bottle. But I was telling him last night, I poked my head in his office, I said, I just wanted to tell you another short little story about the area down there. And when my grandfather was about 15 years old, he was with a group of men, I think 3 other men. And they were somewhere out in the 10,000 islands, but they were out in maybe deeper water. And I'm not sure, there was a place called Turtle Bay. That's what my dad called it. I'm not sure exactly what it was. Turtles would come up on the beach and lay eggs and then go back out. But I remember it was very wide, but way, 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 way off in the distance, you could see Marco Island. I do know that. I do remember that. But I think it was in this area that this happened. They were out fishing. My 15-year-old, around 15-year-old grandfather with these 3 men. They had thrown the anchor down and were fishing. And when it got time to go, they pulled the anchor up, and it was really hard to get up. It was very, very heavy. And it took 2 or 3 of the men to get it up. And when it got right near the edge of the boat, and this was a big boat, it wasn't just a little small boat, but anyway, when they got it near the edge of the boat, they saw a big chest, like a treasure chest. And the anchor had gotten one of the handles on the side. And they tried to get it, but before they did, because it was corroded, it broke, the handle broke, and it fell back into the water. And my grandfather saw it. And he said that none of the men really discussed it after that. It's almost like they all were thinking the same thing, that it was a treasure chest. And maybe I will come back out and get it. So it's like they didn't want to discuss it. It was a weird thing. But my grandfather knew the general area it was. And it could be gone now. One of them could have went out and got it, but like my grandfather didn't. I mean, he was just a young man at the time, and his whole life he lived, and he never went down there and tried to get it. But back then, this was probably it was a long time ago. So the hurricane was the 30s or 40s, but this must have even been before that, because my grandfather was born in 1898. So this would mean that was in the early teens, maybe, like 1912 to 1915 or something, because he was only about 15 when it happened. Anyway, he told my dad the general vicinity, but my dad didn't really know exactly where, or even really, kind of in the neighborhood. But back then, like I said, we didn't have the equipment as we do now. So it's not like you could go buy all these fabulous underwater metal detectors and things like that. Anyway, if you could, they weren't like feasible. They weren't, cheap. So anyway, that's that story. And that was just something my dad told that story through the years. But I went down to that area, but he never really, it was weird. When we were down there, he never said anything about the chest. So I don't know what the story is. I know my grandfather didn't get it because, he was poor. If he had found a treasure chest of gold and jewels and things like that, I think his life would have been a little bit different. Anyway, it seemed like there was another story. I don't remember. It seemed like there was something, but it was not that important. Anyway, I'm going to the thrift shop today. There's a chance I'm getting back to the treasure chest. The handle broke off, meaning it was corroded. You never know when the whole thing was corroded. And when it went back down, it could have just busted open. And, who knows? But I don't know what else it would have been. And there's a lot of treasure dumped in that area down there because the pirates were being, like if they were being chased by other pirates, or if they were being chased by, government officials or whatever, they knew all the places they could go to duck out of sight and quickly, throw treasure overboard with the plans of coming back and getting it. But if they were apprehended or massacred or whatever, they wouldn't go back and get the treasure, obviously. Anyway, they say there's a lot of treasure down there, so I really have no reason to doubt that that's what it was. No proof. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to the thrift shop today. It's another rainy day. It's not raining right now at the moment, but it's definitely a rainy day, and I love, love, love rainy days, as you know. Later on this afternoon, we're going to Asheville. My wife's got a dermatology appointment, so we're gonna all go with her, me and the boys, find something to do while she's there. Saying, hey, my lights are on. Quite a few people here already. But that's about it. I'm a little tired this morning. The night before last, I was up till a little after 3 in the morning. I couldn't sleep. Last night it's like I woke up a lot. I was comfortable, but I woke up a lot. And I think allergies are kind of bothering me because my eyes are kind of watery. Yesterday, my wife was like, do you feel okay? You're not sick, are you? I'm like, no, I didn't sleep good last night, and I didn't get to sleep till after 3, but other than that, I feel good. But, my eyes, every year about this time, they get all kind of watery and they get itchy. And I usually forget to take a allergy pill, get on that schedule or whatever. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and go. I'll see you in a bit. All right. So I'll let you know what I get. I'm just going to buy coffee today. I don't feel like making any. I have, Bustelo in here. A couple boxes. I stuck an envelope in my pocket. I don't know why, whatever you want to call these things. Before I left the house, even though I knew I had a couple boxes in here. It's like I wanted to be sure, But I think I'll just end up buying coffee. And then I'll come out and show you what I got. I didn't get anything like earth shaking or anything like that, but I did pick up a few. I spent like $23 at the thrift shop. So I'll be right back. Let me get my coffee. Okay, back. I got coffee and a nana. Show you what I got. Like I said, I didn't get a lot. They had a dollar rack of clothes out, and I just got a Nirvana shirt. One of those. Yeah. For $1. They had $4 on it. It's in good shape. And then I got some jewelry. That's all I got is some jewelry. And again, well, I take that back. I got some kind of a weird little animal pottery piece. I don't know what it is, but it's got like some kind of a symbol on that side, and it says what it says on there. I'm not going to even try to read it. And I mean, is that German? I don't know what it is. But anyway, I don't even know what this thing is. It's ugly. But it's only $2. And when something's odd and ugly and looks handmade, $2, I'll buy it. And then the other thing that I got was, let's see. I got a pretty necklace. These are all glass beads. I don't think there's any like shell or anything. I think they're all glass. It's a really long, heavy necklace. And they only had $2 on it. It's not worth much. I mean, at least on eBay, it wouldn't be worth much. I'd be surprised if I got $8 out of it. But Anyway, I got that. I got a Swarovski hinge bracelet. And I like that. It was $5. And I didn't do comps on it. I didn't look up comps or anything. I just know from experience Swarovski. I mean, I should get 20 or 25 out of that at least. I mean, I would think. And this is one of those things, I'm not really sure. Well, I am sure. I got it because it was $2. And it's just a little kind of handmade amber. It's a little chunk of amber ring. I doubt that's gold, but I got it for the amber. It could surprise me. But anyway, it's just a little amber ring for $2. And I got these earrings, clip earrings, and I got those because I actually had passed them up, and then I went back looking for stuff to, out of desperation, really wanting to get something. And then I saw, well, it says 925, so it's sterling silver, but it says K24. Now, I mean, I'm sure that's not 24 karat because, but there is like a gold color on there, on the front. It says K24. Wouldn't it be 24K? And do they make anything out of 24K? So I doubt it's really 24 karat. But it says L27 or L. I think it's L27. I was gonna say 17, but it looks like I got my little weird loop thing with me. I didn't even take it out in the store. I just went ahead and got it because I could tell it. Y27. So it says 925 Y27 K24. And like I say, they're a little heavy, little clip earrings. They got this thing on here. I'll take this off. It's that little pad. See there. Throw the pad away. I don't need the pad, but there we go. So it's just a clip earrings. I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah, I think you can see it. Anyway, I got those, and I paid $3 for those. And then for $3, I got these little dangle earrings because in the back of one of these little metal things, I saw some writing on it. So I figured it was handmade. And if it's made in a studio, I'm all about it. I'll be glad to buy it for $3. Because usually studio pieces usually sell. And it looks like it could be silver, but it might not be. I don't know what that says. Well, it's because it's upside down. I haven't learned the art of reading upside down, apparently. Try it again. Okay, it's a little bit better. It's just not a good mark. Like it's not fully stamped. And it's not like I have the best light in the world either. Wow, I cannot see that. So I'll look at it off camera and I'll come back. How's that? So I don't waste your time. And the only other thing I got, and I probably shouldn't have got it, but I did. I don't regret it because it's just $3. $3. And it's just a little pendant. I mean, the settings look really nice. Like they're really set in there professionally. So I was thinking it could be sterling silver. I mean, I'm sure it's not gold, white gold, but I don't see a mark on it. So it's probably neither. But I haven't really looked at it with the loop. Sorry. I know that's barbaric. I didn't have a pair of scissors or anything. I almost said Caesars because I was thinking of tweezers and scissors. I mean, that's how words are invented. Like when you're thinking one thing, but you say another thing and it comes out like a combination. I didn't bring my Caesars. What's a Caesar? Well, it's a combination of tweezers and scissors. There you go. That's an invention. Make it, get rich. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know this. I don't see a mark. Sometimes they're on the inside of this little doohickey they put at the top of the pendant the chain goes through. But I don't know. It's so small. I don't think they're going to print anything in there. I don't see anything. It's probably not going to be marked in any way, shape, or form. It's a cute little pendant. It's really well made too. Like I say, it doesn't really look costumish. It looks like it could be at the very least sterling silver, but maybe it's not. I mean, if it's not marked, then I'd have to say it's not. No, I don't see anything. Naturally, I'll give it a test when I get home. But it's really made nice, though. Anyway. Let's see. Anyway. Whatever. It is what it is. Let me drink my coffee and I'll gander at these a little bit and I'll get back with you and let you know what I find out, because it is marked. So, I don't know. I always take the lid off. Do you ever drink with the lid on there? Because for me, it burns my lips. I mean, because when you do this, it burns the top of my lips. So I always end up taking the darn lid off. And then a lot of times I spill my coffee. Anyway. I digress. I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, I found out the mark on these is 925, and then there's like TP in like script writing, like maybe that's the name of the company. But then it says niobium. I think niobium, something like that. Anyway, it's a rare, soft, silvery tone metal, and it's used in jewelry, among other things. So I guess some of this metal is niobium and some of it's sterling silver. And I did research while I was at it on the 925K24, and I learned something. I've been reselling on eBay since 1997, and I've been a reseller for even longer than that. And I just found out something. That is 24 karat gold. It's a Japanese mark, usually. In Japan, they mark it K24. So I got sterling silver, and it's got quite a bit of 24 karat gold on there. So anyway, I learned something new. I didn't look that up. So anyway, that's it for today. I'm going to sit and drink my coffee before it gets cold. It's already starting to cool down. I mean, see, now that's brewed coffee. And I'm sorry, but it's not as good as my Cafe Bustelo, my instant. It's not. One of the things I think, though, that makes this to me better, never mind, that wasn't it. This better is it's espresso. It's very fine ground and a dark ground. And I think the flavor of that is better than just, in my opinion, a lot of the brewed coffees. I think that's why I find this very, very appealing, because it's espresso instant coffee. Anyway, so today I'm a little disappointed with this, if I'm honest, and I am. But it's salvageable. I can drink it, and I will. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. And enjoy your day. God bless you. God loves you. And I'll see you very soon. Take care.